So welcome to this practice where I'm collaborating with Jilla Active to bring you a spring yoga flow. Today's practice is all about nourishing your roots, nourishing to flourish, nourishing what it is that you need right now. And we'll do that through our mind and body, allowing ourselves to attend to our well-being so that we can give ourselves the foundation to feel nourished, and then moving forward to give ourselves that energy and resource to see our intentions through, to see our goals flourish. So when you're ready, we'll start lying on our backs on our mats. So as you settle in, lying down on your back on your mat, you might extend your legs out. You might reach your arms out, or maybe placing a hand onto belly, a hand onto chest, to feel the instant feedback of your own breath. Noticing how it is that you feel today physically, mentally, emotionally, your energy levels. The importance of arriving here into your own body, attending to your well-being, nourishing your foundations. With the intention of our practice to nourish, to flourish. Springtime is a time to see those goals and intentions flourish. As we see and watch flowers bloom. So as we arrive, having that intention to give yourself permission to be here now, nowhere to go, nothing to do, but just to be here now as you attend and show up for yourself. Attend to your well-being, to show up for yourself. Allowing our breath to be our anchor to the present, our guide into our practice. Perhaps maybe you breathe in fully and then exhale to count your exhales. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue counting if you're still breathing out. And doing that again as you inhale fully. And again exhaling, counting the exhale, maybe slowing the exhale out to a longer count. And the last one in your own pace. In your own time. Starting to notice your fingers and toes as you give them a wriggle. Starting to notice your head as you gently rock the head side to side. Feel free to stretch the arms and stretch the legs to take a full body stretch. And as you take that full body stretch, let's go straight into banana pose as we walk the feet over to the right and start to tilt the shoulders over to the right as well. Arms might reach up over the head, or maybe you might bend your arms. You might place your arms on your forehead if it feels uncomfortable for your arms to extend out and up. You can always bend the arms or bring one arm down, one arm up. Have a play around, be curious to notice how it feels in your own body. And likewise, you might cross either your right ankle or your left ankle on top, noticing how that feels in your own body. And with that expansive breath in, noticing maybe a stretch along the side. And as you breathe out, where could you let go of? Perhaps noticing the subtleties or intensities of this pose and how it lands in your own body. In your own time, taking 2 more breaths in. In your next inhale, Let's guide ourselves to reach back through to the center as you unravel. And then exhale over to the other side. So now feet start to walk over to the left. Starting to tilt your shoulders over to the left corner of your mat. Again, options to have arms straight, arms bent, one arm up, one arm down. Just having a play around, noticing and honouring that this side might feel different. Again, you have the option to cross your ankles, left or right. Entirely up to you, and it doesn't have to be the same as the side, the other side that you did. Noticing that full expansive breath as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, where could you surrender, letting go tension through shoulders, side, hips, legs go heavy. Taking your last 2 breaths in. Your next inhale. We'll reach back as we unravel back through to the center, taking a full body stretch. And go ahead to collect those knees in as we hug the knees in. You might gently rock side to side. You might roll the knees round in a circle. From there, we'll draw the knees out to the side, and you might slide your hands down along your shins as you hold the ankles so the knees are drawn out to the side. Arms are on the inside of your legs and gently rocking side to side. That's it. And you might choose to stay there, or you might choose to hold the inner arches of your feet to take the heels up, bending your legs into happy baby pose. And again, you might choose to stay still. You might rock side to side. You might roll on your back. Noticing how that feels through your hips. Last 2 breaths here. And from there, we're going to release as we extend the legs up and flex the feet. As you point and flex the feet, perhaps noticing how that feels in your own legs. Maybe you start to circle the ankles, and that could be one direction, that could be 2 opposing directions. Experience of how that feels to move in your own body. From there, let's hold the back of the thighs, and if it feels okay, we're going to rock back and forth. As we come all the way up to seated, and then going straight into all fours, into tabletop. And into your tabletop, we'll spread the fingertips into the floor and tucking those toes under, so knees are underneath the hips. Taking your time as we inhale, rock forward on the inhale. Exhale to sit those hips back, and as you sit the hips back, toes are tucked under as we attend to the soles of the feet and all 10 toes. Keep going your own pace. Inhale to rock forward, and exhale to sit those hips back. And you might do that with eyes open or closed. So in our yoga practice, we practice proprioception, so the space that our body takes, our posture and our balance. But we also practice that interoception as well. Or maybe when you close your eyes, how does that feel and land in your own body? Nice. And taking your time, we'll go for one more round there. As we come back forward, let's release the toes. You might give them a good tap onto the floor. And then as we release the toes, let's inhale, tilt that tailbones point up, belly draws to the ground. Shoulders plug down as we lift the chest forward, looking up. Exhale to tuck the chin in as you push through the hands, round in the back. Draw the belly button in and scoop the tailbone under. Keep going in your own pace of breath. So again, it's that proprioception of asking your body to move and allowing that pelvic tilt, arch of the back and rounding the back. And as you move through that, noticing how that might feel through your body. Really nice. And anywhere that you might feel may need to give a little wriggle. So if you round your back, you've got that tailbone tucked under, if it feels nice, so just shift side to side, really working through to stretch the back. Feel free to do so. And we'll go for one more round of breath there. As you take your time to come back through to the center, let's walk those hands forward. As you walk the hands forward, sending the hips back. You can, you're going to keep active through the arms, so the hands are pressing to the floor. Hips reach back, arms reach forward, forehead rest down. If that doesn't feel right for your body, do feel free to place the forearms down. Otherwise, keeping those arms active. Sending the hips up and back into puppy pose. As we breathe there, deep breath in to belly, to chest. Can we breathe into the side space as well? And then as we breathe out, allowing that chest to draw towards the ground. The last 2 breaths in. From there, let's press through the hands as we guide ourselves up. Walking the hands slightly in as we tuck those toes under to send ourselves up into our first downward dog, pedaling the feet. In your downward dog, checking in, perhaps noticing how it feels in your legs, in your hips, spreading those fingertips into the ground. And drawing those shoulder blades away from your ears, drawing down the back, that's it. Taking your time. Let's start to walk those feet towards the hands. Hanging out there in ragdoll where the knees are softly bent. Arms hang heavy. Feel free to fold the arms if you like. You can shake the head yes and no, or perhaps swing side to side. Noticing how that feels to be upside down. Really letting your head go heavy, that's it. And from there, we'll release the arms. And on your inhale, we'll slowly crawl up as head comes up last. Arriving to standing. You might draw those shoulders up and draw the shoulder blades down. So you might start to circle the shoulders. And feel free to do that with eyes closed. Noticing how that might feel through your shoulders, your back, your neck. Nice. And then as we draw those shoulders down, tilting the head over to the right side, deep breath in. And then on your exhale, chin rolls down and round, head tilts to the other side, deep breath in. And exhale, chin rolls down and round. And noticing how that might feel through your neck and your shoulders. And then on your next exhale, as your chin rolls down, let's start to exaggerate that round in the back. So you're broadening in the back space, shoulders hunched forward, knees softly bent, tucking that tailbone under. You want to stretch those arms forward, so you point them down, you can reach them a bit higher up. And then on your inhale, we're going to stretch up, arms reach up. Exhale, elbows bend into cactus arms. And let's do that again. On the exhale, we'll start to round, reaching those arms forward. Inhale to stretch the arms up. And then exhale, elbows bend. You're really opening up the chest. So think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Continue in your own pace. So the back's taking that rounding and opening like we did in cat-cow, and now we're just taking that through our arms as well and to our chest. Let's go for one more in your own pace. Nice. And then arriving into your mountain, you might give it a little shake out first. And we'll meet at the top end of our mats where feet are about hip width, palms facing forward, shoulders away from the ears. As we stand in mountain, perhaps something that we do every day, we do stand every day, we're taking that more mindful approach, noticing where your toes are spread, maybe if you rock forward or back or side to side, where that weight lands. Do you have a tendency to lean forward, a tendency to stand on one side? So having that mindful approach, noticing the toes spread into the mat. Your feet as roots into the floor. Strong through the legs and neutral through your pelvis, back. Shoulders away from the ears, arms spread, fingertips spread. And back of the head in line with the spine. As we take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale in your mountain and exhale, hands draw to the center of the chest. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Maybe you draw the hips forward to squeeze the glutes and arch back. Exhale as you reach forward, hands come onto the shins. Inhale, lifting the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant down, stepping the feet back as we come into plank position. Shoulders stack on top of wrist. Deep breath in. Exhale, you might lower the knees or you might press down in chaturanga. Try to aim for shoulders and hips to go down at the same time. Nice. Inhale, let's lift the chest and we'll take the hands off the floor. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to float back down. And as you do them cobra lifts, noticing the muscles that you use to help guide yourself into that back bend. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades down away from the ears as the chest lifts forwards. Nice, let's go for two more. Nice. On the next exhale, as the hands come back down, we'll send the hips back and up, making our way up into downward dog. From there, your next inhale, let's send that right leg up to three-legged dog. As high as you can as you point the toes. Exhale, we're going to step that foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into lizard pose. So hands stay underneath the shoulders. Right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. And you might choose to keep the back knee lifted or you might lower it down. Coming into twisted lizard, as we inhale, sweep the right arm up. Or you might place that hand onto the knee, entirely up to you. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist, looking up to the sky or straight out in front of you. Let's go for one more breath there. On your next exhale, let's bring that hand back down, tucking the back toes as we step back into downward dog. Feeling free to pedal the feet. Walking your dog. And noticing again how that might feel through your hips and your legs. Spreading those fingertips into the floor. Next inhale. Let's send that left leg up to three-legged dog. Pointing the toes as the leg extends, really nice. And exhale, we're going to step that foot to the outside of the left hand. Optional to keep the back knee lifted or you can lower it down. Your next inhale, we're going to sweep that left arm up to come into twisted lizard. Or you might place your hand onto the knee, up to you. As you inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. That's it. So when you're twisting, you think about the chest drawing towards your thigh. Last breath there. And on your exhale, placing that hand down, tucking the toes as we step into downward dog. Looking forward, Have the option to start to walk the feet, or you might bend the knees, stepping or jumping the feet towards the hands. As we inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees slightly as you inhale, sweep to reach the arms forward and all the way up. Again, optional to take your back bend. And exhale, want to circle the hands out to the side. We restart in mountain. Let's change that flow up. Deep breath in. Exhale, placing the hands to the center. Inhale as you stretch the arms up. Maybe again you take your back bend as you squeeze the glutes. Exhale to fold, hands come onto the shins. Inhale to lift the chest. Chest leads toward the top of the mat. Exhale, fold, hands plant down, stepping into your plank position. Taking a deep breath in there. And on your exhale to lower down, option to lower the knees or rock forward and pressing down, aiming for shoulders and hips to go down at the same time. Nice. Inhale, we're going to lift the chest. Squeezing those shoulder blades down away from the back. Option to stay lifted there with the hands off the ground, or you might place the hands down, keeping that engagement with the back, and then lifting higher up into your cobra. The elbows stay bent, hips to the ground, shoulders plug down your back. Nice. On your next exhale, lowering down as you make your way into downward dog. So now we've visited quite a few dogs here, so we're going to now check in with that foundation as we spread those fingertips, rooting them into the mat. Shoulder blades plug down away from the ears. And just noticing your lower rib cage there. Do you have a tendency to flare the rib cage down? Can we tuck it in? Think about our back being flat, core engaged. And then on your next inhale, let's send that right leg up to three-legged dog. Extending the leg up high. And exhale, bending your right knee towards your right wrist as we come into pigeon. I'm going to tuck the back toes as you shuffle the knee back. So right knee towards the right wrist. So we're just in pigeon, right leg forward. Inhale, we're lifting the chest. Exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Inhale to rise as you lift, chest lifts, looking up. Exhale to fold. Let's go for one more there. Inhale to rise as you lift. And exhale, we're going to fold. Option to stay here. You can bring your forearms down. You might walk your elbows out. You might place your forehead onto the mat or onto your hands. If that feels too intense, do feel free to come up higher. I want to stay in pigeon here, noticing firstly your breath, how your body's placed here, and maybe where are you feeling those sensations? Through the hips, through your glutes. Can we relax the shoulders? Can we soften our breath? Taking your time, last 2 breaths in. Next inhale, let's bring ourselves to lift up, placing the hands onto the ground, tucking the toes as we lift the back knee to step back into downward dog. So we've visited the foundations, fingertips, shoulders, rib cage. And if we need to, you might bend the knees so that the hips are the highest point and feet are about hip width. From there, let's inhale, send that left leg up to three-legged dog, pointing the toes, extending the leg. Nice, and exhale, let's bend the knee, bringing that knee towards your wrist, landing that foot so it's underneath your hip crease. Tucking the back toes as you shuffle the knee back, finding where that right edge is for you. And on the fingertips or on the hand, let's inhale, lift the chest as we look up. Exhale to fold. 2 more. Inhale to raise as we lift, moving in time with your breath. Exhale to fold. Last one. And then on your exhale, we're going to lower the forearms down. You can stay there, or you can feel free to stay up. You might take your elbows out wide, palms onto the ground, head rested on hands, head rested onto the ground. Or you can create a little pillow as you stack the fists on top if the ground is too far away. Finding where that feels safe for you to be. Perhaps with your mindful awareness noticing how this might feel different to the other side. Softening your breath, and with softening the breath, is there anywhere you could let go of here? Creating space within your body. Last 2 breaths here. When you are ready, starting to place those hands down as you inhale to raise up. Tucking the toes, let's send ourselves back into downward dog. Pedaling the feet. And looking forward, bending the knees, option to step or jump the feet towards the hands. As we inhale, lift the chest halfway, lift. Nice, and exhale to fold. Inhale, let's sweep to reach the arms forward and all the way up. Optional to take your back bend. Exhale, let's reach those arms out. Hands down by the side. Back into mountain, changing up that flow. Deep breath in. And exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, reaching up again. Maybe taking your back bend if that feels good for you. Exhale to fold, hands come onto the shins. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, hands plant down as you step the feet back, coming into your plank position. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, guiding yourself down to your mat. This time as we come down, we're going to place the forearms in front of us, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows shoulder width apart. Planting those forearms and hands into your mat. Think about actively drawing those shoulder blades down away from your ears like we did in Cobra. Chest lifting forward. You can look forward or you might look down, keeping the back of the neck long in line with your spine. Flattening your toes to the mat. One more breath here. Nice. And then on your exhale, let's lower on down. And we're going to place our right forearm in front. Left knee bends. As we take the left knee to bend, you're going to grab hold of your foot or your ankle. If you need to, you can always grab a strap as well if you can't reach your foot. Let's first start with placing the forehead down onto your forearm. And you might, if that doesn't feel good, you might place the face or cheek to one side. As you notice that stretch through your thigh, your quad, maybe feeling it into your knee. And a very subtle change here if you want to. So you might tuck your tailbone under, so again, it's that proprioception of knowing how to use our body. So in cat-cow, it's the cat pose where you think about drawing your rib cage towards your hips. Tucking your tailbone under. Imagine there's a pin just underneath your belly button and you think about lifting your belly button off the floor, drawing it in towards your spine. And that might add to that stretch. If it feels too intense to do that subtle tuck, then feel free not to do it. Last 2 breaths here. And you might choose to stay here, or you might lift the head up. And as you lift the head up, you might press the foot into the hand, lifting up into half bow, or you might take the back knee off the ground, coming into more of a deeper back bend, entirely up to you. Choice is yours. Last breath. And exhale, let's bring it all down. Let's switch it straight over to the other side. Left forearm in front, right knee bends, taking hold of your right foot or your right ankle. Let's first start either the head onto the forearms or the cheek onto the forearm. Resting there, noticing how that might feel the same or different on this side. Feeling that stretch through maybe your hips, thigh, maybe sensations at your knee. Keeping your other leg relaxed. And from there, again, you might do that subtle tuck. Tailbone tucks under. Think about the belly button drawing towards your spine, lifting off the floor, or maybe your lower rib cage and hip drawn towards each other. And as you get that tuck, that might add to your stretch. If it doesn't, if it feels too intense, feel free to release that. Nice, and let's take 2 more breaths here. And you can choose to stay here if you wish, or you might inhale, lift the chest looking forward as you start to drive your foot into your hand, lifting up into your version of half bow. You might choose to take that back knee off the ground. If you are doing that, making sure that you're not driving yourself over to the side, that you're still central. Chest lifting forward. Last breath. And exhale, let's release it all down. Maybe giving your bum a little wriggle side to side. And options here, you might stay rested here in crocodile in neutral, noticing how that feels for your back to lie in neutral. If you fancy a bit more movement, you might place your hands beside your chest, coming into all fours, taking your rounds of cow and cat pose. Entirely up to you if you prefer to be still or moving, your choice. We'll take about 2 more rounds of breath there. And gently in your own pace, let's all start to meet in child's pose. Big toes together, options have the knees together, or you can take your knees out wide. As you fold forwards into your child's pose, you can have the options to have your arms extended or arms bent, maybe creating a pillow for your head. Taking a counter to our back bends in our child's pose, and as you're there, maybe noticing how that feels in your back. Mindfully noticing your breath. So we breathe into the belly and the chest, but how does it feel to breathe? And imagine breathing in a 360 direction as we breathe into the sides and the back space of your body. As you take deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Let's breathe here for 2 more breaths. Nice, and then from there, let's walk the hands beside the knees. Gently roll up as head comes up last. As head comes up last, we'll shrug the shoulders up and feel free to take a few shoulder shrugs or gentle neck rolls. Nice. And then joining me in seated, we'll sit to the side and bring those legs forward. So as we extend those legs forward, we're going to take hold of our right leg and give it a little rock side to side. Nice. And then from there, you're going to take your left hand as you cross it over to take hold of the outer edge of the foot. So what you want to do is cross it over, take the outer edge of your foot. And as you do that, making sure that it's not twisted in, that you're going to aim that foot straight forward towards me. That's it. And then from there, to balance, you're just going to bring your fingertips onto the ground, keeping that foot extended forward. Inhale as you lengthen. Nice, keeping that foot where it is. Exhale, we're going to twist as you look over the back shoulder. And if you feel okay there, you're going to extend your arm out to balance. Nice, keep that foot facing forward. Keep your chest lifted. Nice, and for 3 more breaths, we're going to exhale, tap the hands towards the front. So bring your back hand towards tap to your knuckle. And then inhale, you're going to stretch the arm out. Exhale to tap. Inhale to open. Last one, if it feels too much, you can always lower your knee down. Nice. And from there, then let's bring it all back in. Give that leg a little rock side to side. Placing that foot to the inside of your leg, you're just going to shift your leg slightly out. So think about widening that foot leg placement. Nice, inhale as you reach up. Exhale, we're going to take it over to side bend, reaching your arm up and then over towards your foot. But don't worry if you don't touch your foot. You're going to keep that foot extended, foot flexed as you point the toes towards you. Deep breath in, let's lift as you rotate the chest up to the ceiling. And exhale, let's reach over to the side. Doing that in time with your breath. Inhale. That's it. Exhale to reach. Let's go for 1 more. Nice. Let's do that to a bigger movement. We're going to inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, over to the side. 2 more. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale over to the side. Last one. And inhale, coming all the way back up. Reaching both arms up. And I'm going to take it into a twist as your left hand goes onto your knee, other hand sits behind. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to twist. Keep your extended leg active so the toes are flexing. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. 1 more breath there. Nice. Keeping that left hand onto your knee. Let's inhale, reach the arm up. So think about lifting up as if you're about to take your bum off the ground. Keeping that length. Then we're going to tilt to the side. 1 more breath. And then bring it all back through center. Give it a good shake out. Give both legs a good shake out. And then other side. So we're going to take the left leg, give it a good little rock. Nice. And you're going to extend that foot forward. You're going to cross your right arm over. Take hold of the outer edge of the foot. Try to keep that foot facing forward rather than tilted to the side. From there, your other hand sits just behind you. Fingertips onto the ground as you lift. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen. Keeping that chest lifted. Exhale to twist. If it feels too much, you can place the leg onto the ground and hand onto the shin. Choose the option that feels best for you. And then if that feels okay, you're going to take it into a balance. And then let's bring 3 more breaths as you exhale. Tap the hand and inhale, sweep the arm back. Looking as you follow that hand, exhale to tap and inhale to sweep open. The last one. Nice. Let's bring it all back through to the center, giving it a little rock as you place your foot into the inside of your thigh and you're widening that stance or widening your legs. That's it, to half butterfly. As you inhale, reach the arms up and exhale, taking it over to the side, placing the hand to the side of your leg. Inhale, let's open the chest, looking up. Exhale, let's maybe reach that little bit more. Inhale, opening the chest, so it's a tilt of your upper part of your torso. Keeping your arms active. 1 more breath there. Nice. Let's take that to a bigger movement as you inhale, sweep the arm out and up. Exhale, back to side bend. In your own pace, 2 more. Nice. And inhale as we come all the way up. Let's reach both arms up. Exhale, let's come into a twist. So your right hand onto your knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's twist as you look over the back shoulder. 2 more breaths there. Inhale to lift. And making sure to keep your extended leg active. The toes are flexed towards you. Last breath there. And inhale, keeping your right hand onto your leg. Sweeping your left arm up. Let's take it into a side stretch there. Nice. Inhale back through center. Let's shake it all up. And from there, sitting to the center of your mat, you might start to rock back and forth if that feels good for you. Or if not, feel free to land yourself down and rock side to side. As you extend your arms out, as you extend or bend your knees and place the feet out the width of your mat, coming into our windscreen wipers as we inhale at the center and exhale, sway the knees over to the right, looking to the left. Inhale back through center and exhale, taking the knees over to the left, looking over to the right. And choice is yours. You might choose to stay with this movement if it feels that your body needs movement and you intend to each side in your own pace. Or if your body is craving more stillness, then I invite you to join me in reclined bound angle where we'll shuffle the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Option to have your hands on your belly. If it feels okay, you can stretch your arms out, really opening up through the chest line as well. Maybe you take the arms up into a Y shape, or maybe you take the arms to bend, creating a diamond shape with your arms. Entirely up to you. Whether you wish to move or be still, finding what your body needs right now. And we're here for 2 more breaths. No rush. And in your own time and in your own pace, starting to guide yourself out of that movement or pose that you're in. And we'll settle into corpse pose Shavasana. As you lie on your back, feel free to take any movement if you wish to, or pop any layers on, or turn down lights. As you come into corpse pose Shavasana, you might use pillows or blankets, entirely up to you. As we extend the legs out, feet out mat width, toes to fall out to the side. And you might have your hands rested onto belly, or you might have the arms alongside the body, palms to face up. Noticing as you arrive into your corpse pose Shavasana, and if it doesn't feel good to have the legs extended out, you can also bend the knees and bring the knees together. As we arrive into our final part of our practice, noticing how that movement and our practice together, how that has maybe transitioned you to where you are right now. So how do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and your energy levels right now? And how that may have felt different from when we first arrived. As we took the time to nourish our body, practicing mindful awareness to nourish our well-being. Now taking the time to invite ourselves to be still, giving ourselves the permission to be here now, giving ourselves that permission with nowhere to go, nothing to do, just to be still. As you notice the nature of your breath, expansive, maybe uplifting on the inhale. And as you breathe out, a sense of surrendering and release. As you invite your body to relax, surrendering feet and legs, surrendering hips, spine, softening belly, chest. Relaxing shoulders, releasing arms all the way down to the fingertips. As you relax the neck and the throat. As you relax the head, softening the jaw, eyeballs, eyelids, eyebrows, and space in between the eyebrows. Unraveling the forehead. As you next breathe out the invitation to invite your body to relax. And as we allow our entire body and being to surrender here, allowing our mind to follow. As we practice within this spring theme of nourish to flourish, nourishing our roots, allowing our goals and intentions to flourish. But things cannot flourish if we don't have the right resources. If we think about plants and their soil being that foundation to flourish, the nourishment from that soil allowing leaves to grow, flowers to bloom, and allowing that to be a metaphor, the mind being our soil. What do we feed our mind? Do we nourish our mind and body, allowing us to resource and get those nutrients to watch our intentions and goals spring into life? So I invite you here maybe to reflect on an intention that you might have, or something that you're working towards. And perhaps do you need to reflect on something that you need to attend to first, something that will allow you to feel nourished to see that flourish. Attending to the garden of our minds. Maybe you reflect on the weeds that you need to uproot and get rid of to create space for flowers to bloom. Again, being that metaphor. Our mind being the soil. Allowing flowers, clarity, creativity to bloom. And as you reflect on what it is you wish to intend, repeating that intention to yourself, 3 times as if you're already doing it. So perhaps it would be in the form of I am. And as you plant those seeds of intention, allowing yourself to let go, releasing that, planting those seeds and allowing perhaps these next few days and weeks to nourish the soil, nourish your mind, giving yourself the resources that you need to see that intention through. As you gently start to bring your awareness back into your being and body in the room that you're in. Starting to notice points of contact with ground. Maybe starting to wriggle fingers and toes. Maybe starting to rock the head gently side to side. Feeling free to take your time to start to move the arms and the legs. Feel free to take a full body stretch. And go ahead to hug your knees in as you hug your knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze and hug. And feel free to gently rock side to side. And thanking yourself for showing up today, for your practice and for yourself. And you might choose to gently rock side to side or rock back and forth to come up to seated. As you bring the palms to the center of the chest. Arriving back into your day with intention as we close our practice. Inhale, let's circle the arms above the head. Exhale, hands down through the center. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining practice.